The nights at 8 on winnfm. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm.
I'm so proud to be a citizen of this land, my blessed nation. Together we stand, so make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road name and defending, like Valencia said. Now sell out me country, yeah. No people balling for the hills, them and the valleys and the trees, but we have them in abundance, Lord. The rest of them up on the beach, climbing up the jelly tree. One for you and one for me, so we could have cool, under a little vibes. Carry like the fire, bubble up the rise. We full of pride and we realize, so don't this, so don't this. So make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on the ramp road, and defending, like what Valencia said. Hey girl, I hope you understand. I can give you love, and even though I'm not your man, I make a rapture with my hands. We can sit back and make a moment in a glance. I'm swimming deep up in your ocean. I can feel the features and you know you got blessed. I got you running from this motion, flowing like a pipe, I must have fever hydrant. What you know, this loving unstoppable. If you're running out of the wind, bet your life I'll be back on you. Football, oh me tackle you. Wrestling, oh me grapple you. Sinful, must see apple you. Man to woman compatible. Man to man combustible. Fire, I can take you higher. Make you feel like you're me with the me and them. Me and them, if you can bring me love potion. If you take it deep in your ocean. Now for your words, what's explosion. Me and them, me and them, make your heart like an oven. I'm adore me, and you two put them divide. Step aside, commit the crime, then I slide. Nobody now believe it. If them here say me, I beat it. Me and the pastor, me not go preach it. To what we all it down, yeah, me lick a secret. Them not believe it. If them here say me, I beat it. Do something move like you get a beast thing. Still say me not tell a soul, yeah, me lick a secret. They never see the car, but baby, them not know me. If them ever find out, it's another story. So me have to move smart, keep it on the low key. Living by the contract. So when me pulling up, they can slide the padlock. I kiss up on your neck and you're climbing on top. Stick it up like it's a robbery. Grab me, she drop me up and she says stop me, baby, gladly. You the pressure with your fancy Victoria, and I know them kind of secret, now you're sick. And I lie when you ride, make me feel paradise, yeah. When I lose, you decide. Make me wonder if me really want. Nobody now believe it. If them here say me, I beat it.
Not gonna waste time. I'm gonna take what's mine, yeah. I've been counting blessings, and really you've been looking like the best one. You got me crazy. cannot believe how much you love me like that. I had all these feelings all the way, you brought them right back. So we can do it like this. Start with the red wine, finish at the waistline, yeah. Let's dance all day, you know you was on my mind.
And I get shy, and I know two things supposed to cry, but you make me feel this kinda high, like this herb will burn my eyes. So just pull over, right now me a cruise over. Shelter from the rain, you're my cover. That love is strong, move at the ball, yeah. When I'm stressed out, you know my meds light up my stress. You are the best, yeah. And if you left, you find your way back home to me. You are gonna find your way back home to me.
So we can do it like this. Let's start with the red wine, yeah. We can finish at the waistline, yeah. Let's dance all day, you know you stole my mind away.
Look at Tana in that pretty dress. Hot volcano, girl, you the best. You the one me want and nothing less. I will do what some other girls never get. Don't you fret me, I go all out tonight. Do something special for you, me wife. Start it off, dinner with candlelight. Red wine to set the mood right. Lights off, make me set it off. And if you think you're ready, girl, come. You know when I come to check you, nobody else around, no kind of interruptions. Yeah. It's true, someone can attest to. Say if you do not give your girl enough attention, somebody I do it for you. So when they come to them your time, when you feel come alive, you woulda get a couple of shot out me nine. Hey, when you feel it touch your spine, walk it up cause I'm mine. Nobody coulda tell me about me liquor divine, yeah. So we never get tired, he never took all the way. No one knocking on the door, disrespected and no distance. No baby crying, no one blowing, just so it's for our voices all day long. Yeah, make it fly like your phone on airplane mode. Turn up the music and make your names calm down. Them never know my name, but them know by now. So you screaming through. Yeah, I know them here, they come on, send me know them want see. Every time you try to come and put it for me. Every day I fight for me, no come. Every day I call me ready for the sun, so we never get tired. He never took all the way. No one knocking on the door, disrespected and no distance. No baby crying, no one blowing, just so it's for our voices all day long. So tell my supervisor one reminder, don't you try to ring my line, cause I plan on coming in. Me pray the signs of your design, no pushing on your little voice and tell them like everything. So when they come to them your time, when you feel come alive, you woulda get a couple of shot out midnight. When the feeling touch your spine, walk it up cause I'm mine. Nobody coulda tell me about my little divine, yeah. So we never get tired, he never took all the way. No one knocking on the door, disrespected and no distance. No baby crying, no one blowing. You know when I come to check you, nobody else around, no kind of interruptions. Yeah. It's true, someone can attest to. Say if you do not give your girl enough attention, somebody I do it for you. So when they come to them your time, when you feel come alive, you woulda get a couple of shot out me nine. Hey, when you feel it touch your spine, walk it up cause I'm mine. Nobody coulda tell me about me liquor divine, yeah. So we never get tired, he never took all the way. No one knocking on the door, disrespected and no distance. No baby crying, no one blowing, just so it's for our voices all day long. Yeah, make it fly like up scam though. Them never know my name, but them know by no. So you screaming though. Yeah, I know them hear the commotion, me know them want see. Every time you try to come and put it for me. Have me there, fight for me, no come. Have me that call, me ready for the sun, so we never get tired. You never take all the way. No one knocking on the door. Disrespected and know this stress. No baby crying. No one blowing. Just so it's my voices all day long. So tell my supervisor one reminder, don't you try to ring my line, cause I plan on coming in. Me pray the signs of your design, me pushing on your little vice and telling I can't be sing. So when it comes to them, your time when you feel come alive, you don't get up.
Yeah, me I send a tough house song. Well, big up yourself, you know. You're made.
Come from a village of toes, and the same time you come from a village of love. And the same kind of pressure can't take it no more. A beer scrimmage, look how you paint a bad man image from the innocent you. And I am kind of since the past of sit and I rebuke absolute. Say you want the truth, but see that I. Them use the media for tell be lie. So watch I know, me have to send love to all my people them. Watch them flip out without reason, men. We walk amongst evil men. You better know that's your judgment. I go fall on you right away. You're running and you're running and you're running away, but you can't escape that judgment. No sir, you can't escape. No sir, wow. I say you're running and you're running and you're running away, but you can't escape that judgment. No sir, no sir, yeah. You're above the law, but you know up to standard. Serve and protect, not fear. Send a graveyard, kind of life that we are live. Full of sin, reap, but them full of grim. Killer king can't take it no more. Me I sing war. Say wrong is wrong. Whosoever coming from shall feel the wrath of the Father. For generations and generations to forward. So watch I know authority and bad man. Look like them got the same damn plan. Fear no your name with own kind. You must be blind. Take a piece of mind for your peace of mind. You're running and you're running and you're running away, but you can't escape that judgment. No sir, hey, no sir.
Alright, it's 98.9 Win FM, and we are here with lovely, beautiful Lavi with her guests. Her guest should be here in about 2 minutes, but they're done, yeah, man. They're getting ready. So Lavi is here. She's inside the building, getting set, getting ready. Lord, she watching me deep, got me nervous. Remember, he's a shy guy, you know. Remember, shy, you know. Don't forget, share the live. It's Real Talk with Lovely Lavi. She's already here, and she's inside the building. So when I'm going to turn it over to her, my entertainment part is finished. So I'm going to turn it over to Lovely, Lavish, Lavi. So, Lavi, when you're ready.
Come from a village of toes, and the same time you come from a village of love. And the same kind of pressure can't take it no more. A beer scrimmage, look how you paint a bad man image from the innocent you. And I am kind of since the past of sit and I rebuke absolute. Say you want the truth, but see that I. Them use the media for tell be lie. So watch I know, me have to send love to all my people them. Watch them flip out without reason, men. We walk amongst evil men. You better know that's your judgment. I go fall on you right away. You're running and you're running and you're running away, but you can't escape that judgment. No sir, you can't escape. No sir, wow. I say you're running and you're running and you're running away, but you can't escape that judgment. No sir, no sir, yeah. You're above the law, but you know up to standard. Serve and protect, not fear. Send a graveyard, kind of life that we are live. Full of sin, reap, but them full of grim. Killer king can't take it no more. Me I sing war. Say wrong is wrong. Whosoever coming from shall feel the wrath of the Father. For generations and generations to forward. So watch I know authority and bad man. Look like them got the same damn plan. Fear no your name with own kind. You must be blind. Take a piece of mind for your peace of mind. You're running and you're running away, but you can't escape that judgment. No sir, no sir.
Just want to say good evening to Lavi. You're live. 98.9 Win FM. She ready yet? She's nervous. Oh my God,
I'm not
Lavi's
hearing myself.
nervous. She is nervous. Can
I wasn't hearing anything over there, that's
okay
why.
then the fuck? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
You ready?
yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A pleasant good evening. Welcome to Real Talk with Lavi. Yeah, it is Wednesday. It's a beautiful evening. And sorry for the late start, but I'm here waiting for Scratchy and Dijon. But in the meantime, I just got to let you guys know, thank you once again for your patience. I got to say good evening to Glenda. Yeah, thank you so much. And Mr. Cedric Walwin and all of the Real Talk fans. Thank you so much. This is Real Talk with Lavi. And tonight we are going to be talking about the music and where music is in the world when it comes to St. Kitts and Nevis. So we're going to be having Dijon and Scratchy. Yeah, these are our local musicians, and they just got back off of tour with, I think, Byron Messiah. Um, I'm a person, I deal with time, but you know how it is. It is St. Kitts, and I guess that the guys said that they had an emergency, so they're going to be here. But nevertheless, I'm going to be having Mr. Glembo. So Mr. Glembo, if you're hearing me, he's going to be on the line with us until the guys get here so we can start our show with Dijon and none other than Scratchy. So let me let you guys know this, because many people, they're always curious for whatever reason about Lavi Gumbs here. This is all natural. So if you're there listening and you're watching and you notice it's all natural, yeah, I know you guys like to see my hair. So take a little sneak peek. Natural, if I wash it, trust me, it go back curly back into its natural stage. And this is what's happened. I just blow dry it, and every now and then I get a nice little blowout, and I wear it like this. So natural hair, no chemicals, just blow dry, and when I shampoo it, it goes back into its natural curl pattern. Now, as a hairstylist, I must tell you guys this. Although I have my hair like this, it's not everyone here can go like this, because we have different hair textures, we have different density. Yeah, so you know, you have different texture of the hair. So one has to be very careful when you have natural kinky hair. The constant blow drying and, you know, putting on the flat irons and everything, it's not necessary that you might have your hair like mine's. Like, I have very fine hair, so my hair texture is fine, but the density, it's a lot. So the density is good, the porosity is good, and that is why you see my hair looking like this. In no time, it can get poof out. Yeah. So I'm just going to let everyone know, to get this look, most of the time, you might need to relax your hair or put in I would say maybe a Botox in your hair or keratin treatment. But I don't want none of those things in my hair. I want to be able, when I wash my hair, it goes back into its natural stage. So I just got to let you guys know about this. So this is what I did to my hair, really. No wigs, no weave. But then again, it is people's preference. Yes, once again, I am Lavi Gumbs, and Glembo, if you're listening to me, give me a call. Give me a call and let me know if you got the number already. Yeah, just give me a call. So that's Glembo up there in Miami, Florida. That's DJ Glembo. And I must apologize, should I apologize for the guest? They had an emergency, so I just got to wait to see they're underway. And this is what is happening here tonight. But today started off very good for me. I had my little routine exercise, And then I came and I did some porridge, some oatmeal porridge. I believe in my porridge. One of my favorite porridge is corn porridge. Yeah. And then I had some Jamaican porridge that I plantain porridge, and I got that from the Jamaicans. So I was able to, introduce to plantain porridge, and that was very good too. Yeah. So I had some oatmeal porridge today, and I had my cinnamon, a natural cinnamon leaf, my nutmeg, yeah, the spice. I put in a little pinch of natural homemade essence. Glenbo is on the line. I think we have Glenbo on the line, so let me just, hello?
Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to you and all your viewers.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, as you know, the guys, they had a little road difficulty, which is when you're driving, they said they had to change the tire and stuff like that. So that's what
Right.
happened. But they're on the way.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was talking just before we get into our conversation, like this morning I made some porridge, and I did my porridge. To me, a porridge is not tasty unless you have your little spices, your cinnamon bush, your essence. Some
Right.
people might not want the essence, but I like natural vanilla essence. Just a little pinch of it. And
Okay.
what else I had? Nutmeg. And strange enough, I put in a little, one or two bay leaf, a
Right.
pinch of salt. So if you know you're diabetic, you can do without the salt, but a little pinch of salt. And some people, have to use sugar in it. And I use brown sugar. I just put in maybe like 1 or 2 scoops. And for the milk, person that are non-lactated, if you're having problems, with milk and stuff like that, well, I use the tin milk. I still believe in tin milk, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I had. How about you? How was your morning? Your day?
My morning was great. I normally start off work at 5 a.m. And my routine now is simply either bush tea or some kind of warm water with ginger or garlic. Start it off with that. And then I have a big boy breakfast, which I call some green banana, pumpkin, and normally chicken breast.
Oh, that's like ground food?
Yeah, grown food. Yeah, I'm a grown food kind of person.
Me too.
Whether morning, afternoon, or night, that's me.
It's good to hear you even talk about that because, you go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning and there's just so much you can do. I'm not really an
Right.
early morning eater, but I always
Okay.
believe in, some people started off with coffee, but I still believe in that bush tea, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, I
Nothing
like
wrong
that.
with that.
Yeah, I like the bush tea. And if you, for whatever reason, don't get any bush tea, I would always tell people drink some warm water, and
Water.
a little bit of lemon is good to kind of alkaline the water.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes I drink water when you get up, and it can make you have a bad feeling too. So I like to have a little like alkaline the water, and it's very good. Just put in something in the water and just drink a glass of water in the morning, first thing before you eat anything, and last at night.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so you had a very good day today, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I saw you over there.
complaints.
Huh?
I said no complaints. No complaints.
Yeah. So I saw you recently on the big stage down there in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. How was it?
It was great. It rained every day. Kind of messed up some of the activities in terms of outdoor. In terms of the outdoors, but and then what I was disappointed with was two bands sharing one truck. For example,
Oh, wow.
Collision Band was on the road for Juve, which a lot of Kiddishans was excited for, even including myself. and she had truck with another band. I think the band was from St. Croix, Blind Ears Band. And then you also had Jam Band sharing a truck with Carnage Band. So you would find how the Juve route is one straight route. Not like in St. Kitts, you probably go around the city. It's just one straight route. So collision started first, and then the finishing leg of the Juve, then the next band played. So you who reached the Juve kind of late, and you're from St. Kitts, you would have missed collision being played live on the road. It's the first time I ever see that happen any place for Juve, two bands sharing one truck. So I don't know what happened with the carnival committee, if it was money problem or whatever, but I was disappointed with that. But I also had the opportunity to be a judge on parade day. So that was something, first time for me, and I embraced it. And I got offered to do it again next year. So I had a great time.
Yeah,
other than the rain, other than it raining every day and every night, I had a good time.
That's nice. Congratulations to you moving up. Look at you.
Thanks. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Another thing to my portfolio.
I know, right? That's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, you normally help other people, so it's good to know that you also are getting that push too. And, the more you get the push, then you'll help you to help somebody else,
Exactly.
Yeah. I realize, that they had an incident down there, and I must commend St. Kitts. St. Kitts had a crime-free carnival. And for whatever reason, this is not the first time that St. Thomas seems to be having a situation like that really kind of, to me, killing the culture and putting people in fear as well,
Right.
Yeah. Were you anywhere around that area?
No, a matter of fact, when that happened, I didn't go to the village that night because, like I said, it been raining every day, and what happened when the parade finished? It was still raining, and I head home with intentions to going back to the village, but the rain kept falling, and I said, you know what? Normally back home in St. Kitts, I go up under the terms of when you're in, and when you're out, you're out. So I was already in, so I decided I'm going to stay in. Since it's raining like that, I'm just going to stay in and relax.
Oh, that's
so I
nice.
didn't get a chance to go back to the village, yeah.
Right, well,
in the morning, I heard about it when I woke in the morning, like around 5, I heard about it.
Listen, I experienced it some years ago, and I had to run and scrabble. It was crazy, So
sorry to cut you off about that. Last year, I could tell you that the shooting incident last year, the guy who did the shooting, he after he did the shooting and the police was chasing him, right? I was by booth 9 to be exact, where I normally hang. Anytime I go to St. Thomas or Carnival, I normally hang between booth 9 and 8. The guy, the police was chasing the guy. He actually ran by me, and the gun dropped in front of me, like 2 feet in front of me. He had enough time to return, pick up the gun, and escape.
Wow.
If you could imagine that.
Yeah.
Right? I was literally dropped right in front of me, 2 feet from me, the gun dropped. He turned around, pick up the gun, and then take off. Then came the police. But I see the VI have a problem in terms of, I don't think they go through no physical training, because ain't no way the police was running, chasing him, should have let him escape. In terms of his gun drop, he had time to turn back
and pick it up,
pick up his gun, and still escape, and they still ain't reach it. Who wasn't overweight, was too slow. It was ridiculous.
It's so funny that you say overweight, right? But I remember back in the days, people in, government clothing, they, especially law enforcement, They used to do exercise and different kind of things and so, but I guess maybe
Exactly.
it's a no discrimination nowadays. So you're just seeing people with basically overweight and the people
And I'm telling you,
are outrunning them.
yep.
I mean,
The
sometimes
physical part of it, I don't know if they took out the physical part of it from the
Yeah.
training or whatever, but watch it, with the amount of things on top of these police, right? These officers, the guns, the this, the that, that's extra weight. And if you're gonna be a certain weight plus carrying that kind of weight, ain't no way you gonna catch nobody.
exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
But I know I used to admire men and women in their uniform, and but it seems as if, as you said, maybe physical training or fitness is not. They have a no discrimination thing now. So the guys are
Gotta be.
really overweight and they look tired too.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
But I must say though, being here from St. Kitts and Nevis, we really I have to commend the committee and the law enforcement to basically, coming through for safe entertainment here in St. Kitts thus far.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that when you're having something like that with so much people, no one's supposed to be going through that kind of fear with people just coming out and just want to, just disturb the peace. I understand that the person was
Exactly.
actually went in the bathroom, so it looks like it was targeted.
Right, exactly. That's what I heard also too. Yeah, it's like they was targeting him. They follow him inside the bathroom, from what I heard, and that's when they did the damage.
Yeah. Well, of course, Your Honor, your boy Jesus Patton. He said, "Big up the manager, Glenbow."
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, tell him keep up the good works, man.
Yeah.
I love his work ethic. I love his work ethic.
You know what I realize about him too? He is utilizing his space and social media, and I really like that. A lot of people don't seem to know that social media is a great way to market your work, your network, and your
Exactly.
market. And the time that you're going to use and to put that negative energy out on social media, maybe trying to solve other people's situation, it's a great opportunity to exhibit what you do, your craft, and I see that he does that, and I got to really big him up. He promoting himself, and that's what you need to do, is to promote yourself. And I also try to share some of his things because I see that he's trying to do that,
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the guys
And
probably gonna be here in a few minutes.
okay.
Yeah, but things happened. I am really for time, but
Okay.
situation happened. So I'm glad that you're here, Glenbow. Glenbow, I know I introduced you because I know you so much, right? Could you let the people know who you are? I know you're not any stranger, but there's many persons out there that will probably joining us for the first time. So you could just give them a little short history of who you are.
Okay. I was born and raised inside of McKnight, to be exact, Upper Shaw Avenue, on the corner of Shaw Avenue and Thompson Street. 1985, to be exact, I migrated to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. I spent 9 years there, then relocated to where I'm living right now, presently, Miami, Florida. And in 2000, I got into the music really seriously and became a member of the Mac-10 family, which is a DJ group. And since 2005, I kept with it. Started off as a hype man, which many people know as a mic man, the hyping up the crowd and stuff like that. And then in 2010, I went on my own, doing my own thing as a DJ, up until now.
Okay.
So that's basically me. I do have a 9 to 5 also. I supervise over what the shopping plazas where we rent out these plazas like to business owners, like if you want like warehouses, business establishment. Yeah, that's what I do for my 9 to 5, the maintenance and the properties.
Oh, nice, nice. So how do you balance work and your music, like working as a
Well,
DJ?
okay, okay. My 9 to 5 take me from Monday to Friday, and DJing now. I leave room for DJing between Friday to Sunday. I take my gigs. I take Friday gigs because I don't work until Monday. Take Friday gigs, Saturday gigs, and how my work is also. If I have to travel, and many times I have to travel out of state, out of the country. My boss give me the time because I'm with the company 13 years now, so he give me the freedom to be flexible.
I know you tell me you could do as you like because you're there for so long, right? Your boss needs you more than how he needs you.
Something like that. Something like that.
You are the boss. Well,
Yeah,
I
most
have,
like yeah.
huh? Remember you told me
Yeah,
that,
you're
yeah?
correct. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
It's something great, so I figure I could say it. So I have
Exactly.
the superstars are in the building, St. Kitts Superstars. I finally get to meet
Right.
Dijon, young Dijon, as an
Right.
adult in person. I know the youth as a baby. I feel so old.
Okay.
I know his parents, and it's so funny that they're here, and sometimes people seem to think, well, oh, they're for the young people, but everybody connected because the young have a
Right.
kid, a child, you have an auntie, you have an uncle, you have grandfathers, we all connected. Exactly. And
Right.
I am also happy to know that I can still be connected because when I reached out to Scratchy, and I really had Deidre in mind, and he said, well, can Deidre come? And I said, wow, that is some kind of good relationship because he actually
Right.
talking about you. He didn't even give me the chance to recommend you, so that's very, very good. And that was out of your absence. And that is how it's supposed to be for networking in St. Kitts and Nevis if we want to get to the next level, right? And
Exactly.
Mr. Scratchy, before I bring you guys in, I know these, and I'm not here trying to, when I say I know them from a baby, I respect them as an adult, but it's just to show how life is. I know them from a baby, I know the parents, the grandparents, and I couldn't really bring Scratchy. I saw him when you guys was out there with Bio and Messiah. Yeah, with Bio and Messiah, right? And I know Dijon, and I was so happy. I was having like bubbles. I swear, Then I see Scratchy, but I see this little red here, and I was like, where do I know this guy from? And I was like, where do I know him from? But then, so I said, I know him, right? Know his face. I met him in, was it Western Union? I saw him in Western Union. He waved to me. So I was like, okay, like, so I said, hey, come here. I know you. So I was like, yeah, man. I was blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Scratchy. And I was like, Scratchy? Oh, I didn't know you was no Scratchy. But then he started telling me, but I had him for one of my son's other friend, And then he started telling me, I said, boy, me know your baby. I hear the conversation. And right away, I invited him. And what I must say, as local entertainers, it's very important that humbleness, because sometimes we start to carry our fame on our shoulders and forgetting that you are local. And I've never got that feeling with you. And I'm saying this because I've experienced it with some other people over the years, where you approach them and they're too busy. But then that one opportunity, you don't know what weight that person is carrying that can take you to another level as well. So the fact that he was all open and had time to speak to me, he did not come back and carry in his tour on him. And all along, and I was so excited, and I was like, that's the way to go, because that's how some of those Jamaicans get on. Even though you see them there, you have to spend a lot of money. You can meet with them on a regular once you're over there and you know them. Because I've been to Jamaica, I've been in the studios with Capleton and all those different kind of stuff, and I've seen how they relate. And I went to the schools where a lot of these guys go to the schools, and they perform, and they go from there, right? So just the way how you guys are interacting, I would basically say it's good for the customer service, networking, and it's only going to make you go to that next level because it's how you relate to people. You can't be too big and say, even me as a hairstylist or whatever they want to call me, I will go down. Sometimes I'm busy, I'm on my own journey. Really can't be bothered. But it's my Lavi, and then they're like, Lavi, and they hear me like, why would that be by? And I'm so embarrassed to even like say, I mean, even know that person, you know. But they know me so well, so I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. And by the time I finish, sometimes I was like, Lord, what I got to do again? But I made somebody feel good. And they recognized me on the internet. And I must say that for St. Kitts and Nevis, the audience is really growing, not just for me, but for us as Kittitian. And we need to continue to grow it. And by continue growing it, Dijon, Scratchy, share, network.
Of course.
You understand? I know you all, and you know I've been doing it. I will go and I will just share it because if in order for us to dominate social media and be a part of the game in a smaller percentage, because we have to come up with those continents like America, Africa, those bigger countries, right? But I told Jesus Bottom, I told him the same thing. I said, listen, entertainment, instead of complaining all the time, like government, you have the network, you got to start small. But by networking, you can get to the next level. Glenn, are you there still?
Yes, I'm here.
Right, and
that's how I'm Glenn from
Miami?
Miami.
Miami, that's
okay,
him.
bless up.
Yeah, he's on the line joining.
Yeah, man, this show, big up yourself.
Yeah, man, bless up.
Yeah, Scratchy, you know him now?
Man, sure. No, man, think so.
Yeah, right. But so I was saying that networking is very, very important. And by sharing, tagging, get out of the drama, let the politician themselves their own issues. And focus on your goals, push yourself and push your music. And you never know who's going to help you.
But here's the thing, social media pretty much made it 10 times easier for us to network and
Exactly.
reach out. So it's not even like we're doing it based on a St. Kitts population. It's the world still.
Yes,
it's the
yeah.
internet and what's not.
And it's a good feel because I remember I got out in the ghetto and I saw you when you share some of the things, right? And I was like, oh my God, yeah. And it's not about me, but we're connecting.
Yeah, I like that one when you was talking to the Rasta man. What's your name again? From Connery.
Which one that is? Eli? Rasta Eli? Oh, the other Rasta man. Yeah. Oh my God, I know. Yeah, I know. I can't bring him. Listen, he was ready for the camera, right? He was a bit kind of outlaw, but you have to know how to use psychology and still work with it. And I got it done, and he was excited. But I had to know, like, his verbal stuff. I don't know when they're going to fly out.
Oh, yeah.
But
he got a lot of them, trust me.
He do, but he mean well, and he love Lavi. So what can I do? I just like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there and let it, and it was really, it went viral. Yeah. That's all right. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to We'll Talk with Lavi once again. I'm happy and energized. They're finally here. And we have our local artists in the professional entertainment. We have Mr. Scratchy, Bama, and we have Dijon. And I'm going to let them come on right now. And let me start off with Scratchy. Good night to you.
Good night.
How come you're late?
Aye.
Unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. My concern is just get here.
Yeah.
Safe.
Right? Yeah. And the people online and online is good, but it can be they can only wait for so long. So you gotta still keep them and stuff like that. So I gotta tell Glenn, but thank you. So Scratchy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I don't know. Scratchy.
Who is Scratchy?
Scratchy. Producer.
Scratch? Or the DJ Scratch?
Probably the DJ guy. Yeah, well, producer, owner of a record label and studio, Gangway Records. Musician, Scratchy Bama, straight out of St. Kitts, international producer.
Nice.
Yeah.
What got you into doing that? And the reason why I'm asking you, and I'm going to ask Dijon the same thing, because coming from a small island, mom and dad, when you think of profession, we kind of not embracing that natural culture and that natural God-given talent, the gift. So it's like, my son is a lawyer. Mind you, I'm not knocking anybody. He's a doctor. He's, doctorate and stuff like that. So what got you into the entertainment or want to be a not want to be a producer, but to be a producer?
Well, I've been into music since I was a young kid, you know what I mean? Since probably like early teenage years. I started off learning the piano. So that's like was my introduction to music as a whole, and from there, like in high school, I advanced. I started, playing in bands and stuff like that.
Did you go to tongue school or in Sandy Point?
Virtuals.
Oh, Virtuals had that too?
Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah.
No, I didn't learn music in Virtuals. I learned music from Miss Swanston. Rest in peace to her. Irv Swanston used to teach me piano. But I used to play in school, like for assembly and, like just keep active with music, like every day. Yeah, of course, church every Sunday. Choir, all of them stuff there. So, like, my whole life was surrounded around music at that time. So, like, at a young age, I already knew, like, what profession I was going to be, but it was going to be something to do with music for sure. Like, I knew that from young. So, just was dibbling and dabbling in different stuff. When I was a little older, I started doing a little singing and stuff like that. And I was always good in computers as well. So after a point in time, I started recording myself and my friends, them, like just for the fun and for the free. Like, I never thought, like, would I be, like, recording, but then I was like, I'm good at it. Like, I like to do it. So, like, I could make it a profession. So, like, that's what I've been doing, and it's just been working. So.
That's nice. I'm proud of you. And you see what you said from small, and that's very important because, like, that's like extracurricular. I know most of the time when people really have that, really come from maybe small family church. So it's good to really have the children small and get into some,
some kind of extracurricular.
Yes, it's really helpful, And if you look at a lot of the entertainers overseas, a lot of them, Tasha Cobbs, all of them is out of the church. DJ, I think you come from out of the church too.
Yeah, I started in the church. So.
Good night to you, Mr. DJ. You're so handsome. What a little handsome darky. Have all the girls going out crazy for Mr. DJ. I think I don't see them now.
I didn't even know that.
Good night.
Good night. Once again, so for those listening on the radio, my name is Dejo. Pretty much, I almost have a similar story. I started singing. Let's see, maybe when I was in grade 2 or 3. Or the mic. Started singing when I was in maybe grade 2 or 3. I was in school choirs, church choirs. I went to high school. I entered ZIZ song competition when I was about 13, 12, 13.
I remember that,
Yeah, and I won.
You're so tiny.
So,
you had to win. I don't think you win because you're going to sing. You were so tiny.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's all good. Still, you know what I mean? It's something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good to stand out.
Yeah, and that is the thing. It help a lot of people,
Yeah, for sure.
I wish, do they still continue it?
I don't think so.
I think it's something to look in for.
I think it was just a song competition for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I remember, and even Chico used to have a thing where you could call in a Friday night or some kind of night, and you just sing, And
remember that the talent show too? What the name of that was? Talent show on ZIZ.
Yeah. So I really. Maybe I'm going to put a note into that because we need to really get back some things and focus. I feel like St. Kitts is just so political with all the stuff have really nothing to do with helpful for the youths. You know what I mean? I think that we need back some more programs. I think I see Sister Sensi and Pinocchio starting back the People's Show.
Yeah, that's a good vibe.
Yeah, that's a good vibes also.
For sure.
And we don't have enough, and I'm thankful that you guys come on this show because this is what Real Talk is about. It's for me to basically go around St. Kitts, go in the indigenous places and find people that sometimes they might be shy, but they want to get a voice. And they was like, oh, Lavi, you said this, said that. But Real Talk do not do the media. We don't do that. They have to be able to come. We don't do the mediator. you know, and a few people start coming on, and it's catching on. I mean, like, let me show you something, for instance. We have a Brenda Pockup. Good evening. Lavi, nice to be on your program. The first time we meet is on SK Airport. You is a very person down to earth. We should say you're very down to earth, right? And this just to show you that sometimes it's not just about us, but we don't know who we're impacting.
Right.
There are persons that overseas want to just get this kind of connection. People in England, you know that you travel out, and you are sure when you go, you not really say surprised, but yes, surprised when you look around and you see people how they receive you, and you like, man, them the from St. Kitts, them the from Nevis, or even Antigua, St. Lucia, like surrounding island, just want to get a piece of us, right?
Yeah. But it's all love and oneness too, you know what I mean? The people, they feel the energy, and they appreciate that we're able to reciprocate.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We have Mr. Chisel Glasgow. I mean, he have been doing wonderful here in St. Kitts over sharing, promoting.
For sure.
Yeah, he's on the line, and you know, Booker Hobson, the Booker Bass, where he's all the DJ from St. Peter's. But he's my cousin. He's on, and
okay, bless up. Big up.
so a lot of people are on, and so far I must say that the people are getting accustomed of Real Talk with Lavi, especially on the internet. Because I was living overseas too, so I have I connect with the Virgin Islands. So good night to St. Thomas, the BVI Islands. The BVI, sometime when I start calling, St. Martin gonna call me and tell me I'm not calling him. Anguilla, Antigua. And it's amazing that we don't know who listening, but they are listening.
Right.
And tonight, Mr. Dejour, I'm going to be asking you guys some questions, right? Questions y'all can handle it. Ain't nothing that y'all can handle. Yes, so let me just look for them. And, okay. Let me see if I have them here. All right. Yes, I'm just going to be asking you just a few questions. Anyone can answer. And for the folks that is listening, this evening we have here in the studios with us Mr. Dejour. People say Dejour, but I heard you say Dejour. Dejour.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's French. Yes. So, Scratchy, what first got you into music?
Well, I kind of done pretty much answer that just now.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically, so from childhood?
Yeah, from childhood, being in the piano, getting into the piano, and just getting a love for music and learning different instruments.
And in school and stuff
and
like
just
that.
building.
Yeah. Did you have any music in school?
Yeah, I used to play steel pan in high school.
Which school did you go
Washington
to?
Archibald High
Washington?
School. Named after my grandfather.
What you call that over there? What's the
Wow.
the Hawks? No, what do you call them? Washington.
Wildcats.
Wildcats. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is Virtuals?
Well, we ain't had nothing when
At
I
the
was
time.
young, but I think there's a Hawks now.
There's a Hawks there.
Yeah.
Remember, listen, the schools get so, y'all so unique. I know if I went to St. Peter's School, that was it. But now, you have your little.
Yeah.
But Virtuals is the bright side in the West, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Come
definitely.
on now.
Yeah.
I had to help him with that.
No.
So which mean,
We're talking about teams.
yeah.
I know,
So
but still.
right. So which mean, this is a great time. We have to start getting back, you guys, in the schools. I know you all are going to school, but I think
Yeah,
it
we
needs
had
to
an
be
idea
more.
to do that.
It needs to be more
definitely
often.
push on that.
Well, I'm gonna be there to push y'all, and I ain't gonna end here tonight, eh?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. So, who inspired you to make music?
Who inspired me to make music? Honestly, I felt like I was pretty much chosen by the music, you know what I mean? Because it happened so early in my life. I pretty much stopped doing everything, playing sports and what's not, because I wanted to focus fully on music. So it was just me. If I would say, I had extensive knowledge on the genres. So I know a lot.
I like that. It's good, sometimes you can inspire yourself too, How about you, Scratchy? Anyone inspired you?
Well, my family come from a long line of musicians, so at different ages we would different inspirations. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, and don't you have an uncle in overseas? Is a DJ or something?
Yeah,
He
my
play
uncle
music?
overseas is a DJ.
Yeah.
DJ Clyde, Kryptonite Sound. So as I tell you, my family, especially my father's side of the family, a lot of music. So like my grandfather and stuff, he used to play the guitar. And when I was very young, I remember his brother, my great uncle, he had a studio, and he did an album way back and stuff like that, a gospel album and stuff like that. So like them kind of stuff used to inspire me from like even way back as a youngster, like you know. Like, you know, like all that stuff used to excite me at the time, like studio and recording albums, and, you know, even though I didn't know how to, but it was exciting, and them kind of stuff inspire me. And then later down in my high school years, my cousin and them, they was like the first set of artists to really break through in the dancehall scene and sing it's Ghetto Shanty and Article and them, you know, so like, different inspiration at different ages in my life. You know what I mean? But yeah, most like family and just local people. Masood Sadiqi, definitely. Masood Sadiqi is who actually like put us in his band house when we was young, like going there. And,
He's the type of person for you, because I used to do his hair when he was kind of start busting them. And the guy used to get so excited. Lavi, come down, and I went down where he live.
Down where
he invited me down by his mom, and he's and wherever he been in music, and he was so like excited. Yeah, he pushed a lot of people, and when you go there, he have somebody else that he don't invite to just hear him sing and do his stuff, you know. Yeah. So how would you describe the music that you typically create?
I sing music about love, procreation. Some songs might be a bit of social commentary, but overall it's about love and procreation.
Regardless, right?
Yeah.
So you think that you said love
and procreation.
And you just love. I don't see, and I said, watching all the girls them going, I was like, that's so nice. At least our homegrown people, and he love what he do. And he have a little charm about him. He look dark and cute, and he got beard. So what yes.
You're complimenting me.
Well, it's a compliment, but it's just facts was at all.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Right, Scratchy?
Yeah, man.
Because even when y'all went away, and I'm gonna ask you all a question, but I'm gonna jump into this one. How was it out there with you guys? And when I even look at Byron Messiah, I'm proud of him. And I'm proud of him not just because of where he is, but the fact that he remembered where he came from. And he actually put his hand back to grab someone else to come with him.
Right.
He did not just go over there and just forget. So I'm really proud of him for that. And when I see you all up there and he shared the same space with him on the stage, how was that for both of you?
It was like back in the old days.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like together again.
Yeah,
this is what we've been doing.
Yeah, we come from that.
So y'all grew up together like friends?
Yeah,
also?
Like in music.
Yeah.
We've been doing music.
Yeah. We went to the same high school too.
For whatever reason, I don't remember seeing him, but I think maybe I will see him because my daughter used to go by Excelsior to eat. So she's, I think I will probably see him as a kid, but I never really had any
boy one was young.
Yeah.
Way younger than your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't remember seeing him, but I like the fact that he don't seem to, because I don't see him, even the young guy that got killed. And, on the stage with him and stuff like that, and I see you all, and how he embraced you all and stuff like that. I like it. It's just that I want y'all to be able to do it a little more often.
Yeah,
for sure. That was the tour was just the beginning. Yeah. So there's a
lot more stuff in store.
A whole lot.
That was like an international, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
How was the girls? How was the girls? How the girls them receive y'all?
As usual. We usually doing guys' work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was really nice. I'm just so happy. I am just so happy for you guys, right? Did you guys carry any souvenir up there? Y'all think it's flag and
Oh,
all?
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
for sure,
everywhere
for sure.
we
You see them in
go,
almost all the pictures, all the videos,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, man. We
So
have to
they had
represent.
one time that they we had to give them a record. Some friends had needed them. I was like,
It was
yo.
Yeah.
hard
And we was in London still, and I called up some friends from Birmingham and stuff. I was like, yo, because we was on set to go like France and stuff like that. Like, yo, we can't go over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not have no flags,
exactly,
yo.
yeah.
Big up my brethren rugged. Big up my brethren, but I can't sit up no more shot, yo. Yeah, you gotta adjust the camera. But big up my brethren rugged. He drive like 2 hours to come bring us some flags, yo.
Yeah, some
And,
Sankey's flags.
yeah, we had to go and represent for sure.
For sure.
That's nice. Because when you're going to go on them big stage, you ain't even got nothing to shut down to. Because remember, this is just probably one time, you know, and just to like, who is St. Kitts, and just seeing that is very important. So maybe next time y'all could probably go to the ministry or something, especially when you're going to go on a tour like that.
Yeah, the minister should probably get to us.
Huh? Well, both.
Yeah, some type of.
Yeah. I'm saying this because this is what real talk is about, and sometimes you don't miss these little things, and to get in connections when you're gonna travel, you know, do all your network, get all your stuff, get your sugar key, get all your local things that you know you could get out there. So that's very good. But I was really excited to see you guys and happy.
Yeah, man, it was a vibes for the whole federation.
Yeah, it was really a vibes. I'm just so happy, and the girls, just love Deja. And even
You sure?
Yes.
You sure?
They just love you, and yeah,
When
man.
has this been tested? This theory?
No, well, even locally, listen. I saw one of these days was going to surprise you and come tune, and then when he come, Deja! Listen, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, man.
You know, you're going up on stage and nobody crying out and whatever. It's fake it to make it, right? All right. So can you tell us about your background and how you got started in music?
You want to answer?
Like background.
Yeah, like how you are, a little background, how you get started, like maybe to get, not just when I say started, like to get, remember you said you and Messiah and everything, or y'all were just there, right? But to get out of this box now, to get out, how was it? And I'm just talking not just overseas, international, like even here.
Well, like I said earlier, I did my first song when I was 12, 13. And from there, I was pretty much
No.
performing here and there for $100. that was my first time getting paid. I get paid $100. So
That must just feel good, eh?
oh, yeah, of course, buy a bunch of Vitamalt and hot
know?
dog and hamburger for me and my friends. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, I was living good for.
And you carry a little mouth for mommy.
I think so. Hopefully I did. But yeah, I've just been performing. I pretty much try to stay consistent with the music quality. I know I had a few soca songs, Soca Monarch, did this and that, work with Ministry of Culture, Ministry of whatever you want to call it. You know, I write songs for people. I do backups for people.
Yeah, that backup song with what's the guy for Grandmasters? Outside again.
Yeah. I did the outside again.
Yeah, I think I don't follow y'all.
Yeah. So I've been working, you know, and consistency is key.
Yeah, I was just about to say consistency is pretty much work. It's pretty much scarce here.
Consistency is really the deal.
And growth as well. You know what I mean? Can't be doing the same thing over and over. You have to try new things, try experiment, try do this, try do that, you know. Think outside the box, try different things.
Nice. I had Colin Wyatt here week of 4. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked him. So you guys into music. How was it when you're starting? And then you're going to be in your house making all kind of noise and you know your mother. How was it? Like sometimes playing your music at your home?
Well, for me, I used to make a lot of noise at home, for sure. Like I still do it now and again, you know what I mean? But when I was smaller, my parents didn't really complain too much. So maybe every now and again they'll tell me stop my noise. But then after they realized like something was happening with this, then now it's pretty
Yeah,
much
because I
finished.
could tell you this, because I have a son too, and sometimes in there get up first thing in the morning and he putting on some kind of song with some kind of thing, and me and me listening.
Big E.
I was like, boy, turn off the thing, me one first thing in the morning. And he's like, mommy, and I'm like, I couldn't even block out the thing. But then after a while, I was like, but turn it down now.
He just vibing, man. That's how you get the day started, you know what I mean?
But I can't do it in all your space. All right. So please explain your creative process.
The creativity to me is everything around me, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, by everything, like, maybe just a sound, color, something, you know what I mean? It's just, my thing is just to start. Once I start, some kind of creative juice is going to flow, you know what I mean? My thing is just to start. Starting is always a good thing. It just depends on the mood as well, you know what I mean? The mood we're in, my happy mood, just a cool mood, you know, it just depends on the mood most of the times. But creativity juice is always flying with us, like, especially right now, especially like when you're keeping active, like, you know, just coming off of this tour and stuff like that. Right now, we're ready to work, like, I mean,
Yeah,
6 albums could drop right now.
Nice. Listen, and now's the time, you know, y'all young. Yeah. So what is like on a regular day for you?
For me, I do most of my work in the night. I'm a night
It's a
person.
night guy.
So I'll just try to avoid the sun.
Okay, I got you. Because the reason why I'm asking, because, you know, being an entertainer, well, one would say it look easy, just go up and sing and jump up and have fun, but then it's a lot on the body, and you're going to be tired.
It's time.
Most of the time, you're out late at night, come
you
in.
have to dedicate time, and a song doesn't just happen in 5 minutes like that. It's the beat. The beat has to be constructed. That's his part, and then I got to put the lyrics together, you know, so it takes hours, you know what I mean? And sometimes it might be working on a song and could never get to finish it at that moment, you know? So you have to...
Years after a song might done.
You might finish a song 3 years later, you might finish it tomorrow,
I've
you
heard
never
people
know.
speak like about that. Like would have them like to take years.
Yeah, my last album, our first and most current album,
Yeah, that's how music
Epiphany,
is.
pretty much built up of songs that I've been working on for over 2-3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's music is my child, so you just got to take care.
What you consider your favorite part about your line of work? Like for me, in cosmetology, right? You have the hair, face, skin. I specialize in the hair, but I like cutting.
Performance
So
for me.
which one is performance?
Yeah.
For me is I would say creating, and then seeing how people react to it.
That's two.
I know, but I just couldn't choose one.
What is your least favorite?
But that's my least favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a
Okay,
Least
again.
favorite?
Yeah, go ahead.
writer's block.
Yeah, probably like that, like not being able to make anything, like, you know.
Yeah. So it's just not as easy how it look. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
It made it way easier, more accessible, user friendly, I guess. You know, it's just a click away, pretty much. You know, I could communicate with somebody in Dubai right now, rather than sending a pigeon.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's
you
just
can
faster.
actually maybe see who they are too, because you can see faces, you have all kind of different...
Accessibility.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
make things easier. I mean, distribution,
Right,
and
that's
stuff
true.
like that. I mean, you just change the whole music game and a whole, like, back then, like right now, like it's not, like albums and EPs and stuff like that, they really had a name back then, but now, like, because everything is digital, it's like, you know, like from you pull out something, it's like,
It's pretty much just a code after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're here, I was doing the advertisement for this show, and I was pleased to know that I went up because I do a lot of reels, and the majority of my reels, I don't know, but they always go viral. And I realized I could have punched in and see your songs. There's many other, I was like, I hope I find his, because I didn't want to go and advertise you guys and have to use somebody else's song.
Right.
So I see that you have done that, and I think that's very good.
Yeah.
Of course, music on all platforms, man.
Platforms, man.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Like you
young,
said,
so utilize
accessibility.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
So what is the best advice you've been given?
Right now, I'll tell you my right now, like in certain parts of my life, I got like different advice. Like, so right now, my thing is, your network determines your net worth.
Yes.
That's what I'm rolling off of right now. Like, so that's like my major, like,
I like
advice
that.
right now.
I like that little slogan.
Yeah, your network
Your network
determines your net
determine
worth. Your net worth.
Your net worth.
Yeah.
Just like health is wealth, your net
Work.
work, your network
Determines your net
net
worth.
worth.
Yeah.
Right.
I
For
like
me,
that.
for
How
me is
about you?
do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wow. These things are very important, I mean, a couple of years ago, Obama, when he came president, he went on a simple thing, yes, we can.
Right. Right.
Like Nike,
Right.
do it.
It's words
Right,
of
you know what I
affirmation
mean?
still, you know what I
Do
mean?
it right, huh?
It's words of affirmation still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
affirmation, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we're going good so far. We're live, and we'll talk with Lavi. It's 18 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. I am Lavi Gumbs. And in the studios, we have here with us none other than handsome Scratchy and handsome Dejour.
The beautiful Lavi.
Bad, we bad.
Forever young.
Right. I
That
agree.
is.
Yeah. What's the next for you?
Just expanding and growing, keep going, getting to the next step. I mean, I feel like it's always room for improvement, always room for growth, It's like just graduating to the next level, So, like, we just come off a European tour, so right now we're working on the American tour, the African tour,
Africa.
I'm so happy for you. When you're going to Africa, I want to go. Please, let me know in advance so I could think
Yeah,
I want to be over there.
Yeah, you just putting the words into the universe,
My new artist for Africa is a female, Wendy Shea.
I don't know what that is.
No,
Yeah. She sing a song. It's too late. It's too late.
It's an Afro song?
It's too late. Well, basically, to me, what I've gathered from it is like she was in a relationship, and the guy basically take her for granted and blah blah blah. Now she looking all, So now when she made it big and looking all fly, walking in the street looking good. Well, I don't have no big banana, but she have everything, And he pull up in his nice fancy vehicle and thinking, but she sing the song, hey, it's too late. She step out and she had another dude. That was at the right time. So I think that the Afro beats, a lot of them come in with a story in the songs. You notice?
Yeah.
It's a story where you can...
Most of them.
Experience.
Yeah. But before you leave from here, you can... and she also got big. She sang the song, It's Too Late. It did not really blow up, so come back now to social media. You know what blew up the song?
TikTok?
Yes, they went to a school. She went to a school to sing, and there was a child by the name of Chasey. And Chasey now was doing a little girl, probably about 11 years old, and they're doing this song, and something with a sexy body, and and it went viral, and all of a sudden the song is big for Africa. So it come back again to show networking. You might have something.
Content, let's keep content.
The content, and even though you might think your song might not be good enough, is the whole, the videos and everything. I think that helps a lot, especially for YouTube. That message. Yeah, you gotta get that.
A song is never really finished working, right? As long
That's
as
true.
it's in the atmosphere. So
Yeah.
it could happen tomorrow. It could happen 10 years from now.
Yeah, you could always
It's
add
still-
to it, keep on adding.
It's still out there, so it's still working.
Nice,
you know?
yeah. How do you think the music industry has changed since you started out?
I think it changed a lot. Like, it's more accepted now. Like, I think when we were younger, like, to get in a studio was hard, like, for a youngster, like, you know what I mean? As a youngster, go in a studio, like, you couldn't go in a studio, like, you couldn't just be around, like.
That's exactly why I asked you this question.
Yeah, like, as
Yeah.
a youngster, like, I remember way back, like, you know, one of the big dogs, them getting to touch the mic and, you know what I mean? Yeah, as a youngster.
I was always in the studio.
Yeah, because maybe you go a little different still.
Yeah, I was always in the studio.
I remember you forward early.
Yeah,
You tell them
yeah.
forward early still.
Yeah.
So,
And also too, I maybe sometimes it all depends. Like back then, Bastille, being in Bastille probably could have a little more edge too, because not saying that in the country, but you know the vibes and the connection and stuff like that. So, and this is why social media now make it easy. You don't have to be from a particular area.
Right.
You know. So, do you want to say anything add to what he said?
For me, I would say the sound changed a bit.
That's true.
The topics. What else?
And the fashion now, because
everything just advanced.
Just
Everything
advanced,
has
you know what I mean?
advanced.
You have to move with the times.
that is so true. Even animative, because even for instance, Mention, who would have thought that Mention would have sing a song Barbie? You know, so everything just people being creative in different ways.
You have to be in order
You know,
to keep up.
The
with,
animative things and everything, yeah.
Everything in the world is
what the
opportunity.
children them like,
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Right.
because the children basically, I know for sure, once your child are happy, you're gonna be happy.
Right. I mean, pretty much if you you grab the younger generation, if you get their attention, then you give them the opportunity to grow with you.
Yeah.
You know, so as they get older, they
They
get
grow with
deeper
you,
into
yeah.
the music.
Yes,
you know.
yeah, that is so true. It's really a pleasure being here talking to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Likewise.
What you think about your fans?
What do you think about my fans?
What do you think about your fan base? You know, the fans like. Okay, when I think of Deja, they put in like Deja is a lady's choice. You know, so it's. I would think it's a good. I feel that when you sing a song, like the audience is coming out what you want to come out.
Right.
That could receive your songs. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My fan base is like you said, predominantly females. I'm happy for that as well. Too.
And sexy, not just females, sexy females, eh?
All of them, all females.
All
sexy.
right.
That's what I say, sexy
All are
females.
created in God's
So,
sight.
listen, those girls that come out and pointing out, I see them, them girls don't miss nothing,
All are created
Just
in God's
really
sight,
nice,
man.
yes.
In God's eyesight, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
And I know I'm being a kind of biased on black girls there. Yeah, man. Put themselves together
All
looking real
girls,
nice, yeah.
all girls, all females.
I know it's
Black
all
girls
girls, but
especially.
I'm talking about me like Kitchen girls, them little
Right,
darkies, you know?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But no
Kitchens
offense, you know.
Kitchens
Kitchen
definitely,
girls.
Yeah.
definitely something very special.
Wow.
Like,
Listen, when it comes to dressing, whether they have money or not, they could put themselves together.
so there's something just different about
Think
them. I
it's
tell you, I
girls.
travel the world and I ain't seen no girls
You
like
ain't seen
them.
no females
No.
like
Even in
SK
St.
females.
Thomas, right?
Nowhere.
When I was living in St. Thomas, even if I go to St. Thomas and you have function like carnival, you must see when a kitchen coming up there dancing.
Real ways.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
we went all around the world and
Yeah.
I ain't seen nobody.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that. We come back home and like, okay, bye.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, there's
So
something
welcome
else,
back,
and
man.
they dress so well. I mean, they come in all forms. You have big up yourself, Miss Crusher up there in St. Peter's. She do the crocheting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
man. Yeah, man.
Even
Big up.
when she put a crochet
Amaya?
thing together, it's something different out of this
Yeah, man,
world.
that was
Very
creative.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very
Yeah,
creative.
Amaya, big up Amaya.
I just, Amaya, good night to you. St. Peter's, massive good night. You don't know, Lavi Gumbs up there, so extra good night to you guys. But I just really want to continue and see how we can really go out there and bring out these people with all these talents. You know, because once the music is good, Amaya make her money with her costumes,
Right.
the crochet, and what is so unique about Amaya? Amaya, she's a mother, and sometimes depending on the show, she have a lot. There's only so much she can crochet, but the passion and the time that when she says she finished crochet something, it says a lot.
That easy, man.
Yeah, that's some creativity there, and so I gotta.
I remember
Any art requires time. Whether it is a painting, a song, crocheting, cooking.
Yeah, anything with that.
Nah, I mean, photography requires
especially
time.
if you putting love into it.
Yeah, it requires time and love as well. Yeah.
Especially when you are creative with it, because sometimes people like to go into fields that they're not really. They're probably like
passionate about.
Yeah, passionate about. It's like a copy and a paste.
Yeah.
So it's you shine really good when that's your.
Yeah.
Right.
Your passion, your that's just your creativity, a gift.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta hone in on.
Yeah, because even cosmetology, I can relate, and people need to understand, right? Creativity do not stop by a particular talent, right? Once you're creative, it's like you have a vision to see things. Like you have an imagination. A lot of people don't have an imagination.
Yeah.
And if by being able to, like we're talking here, we can actually vision it and see it. Some people you have to literally take a picture and show them. You and I, all of us are creative. We can actually see it, and we can relate to that. And when you can do that, as I said, your work really comes out really good, because I have been doing hair for all my life, and people were like, oh, she really good at what she doing, blah blah blah, and I like to know that people satisfied with my work, but I must actually say that some of it I don't really work extra hard, so it have to be like just a natural knack. Because it's nothing that I went school for hair cutting. I've seen many people go school hair cutting and graduate with me, and I'm like saying, oh my God, they really get them hair done already yet? You know what I mean? But just because they do the hours and stuff, you got to give them a certificate.
Right.
And then you see some people just going boom, boom. Like me, when I went into cosmetology, it's up my field, so I really did well. And I would encourage anybody to go in and do something that you're passionate about, because you really excel better to me.
Yeah, that's what work for me too. Like I love doing what you're doing, so you don't really be like no work.
Exactly, because you enjoy what you're doing.
Honestly, but if you think about it, right, we in a world where we're taught to walk the straight line. Everybody walk in line. So we were educated by a system that's pretty much just teaching us to work for the bigger man or the company. So it's less creativity and more, what to call it, just being a robot. You know what I mean?
You're absolutely correct.
It's a dull world, and the creative minds are the ones that actually see color.
Listen,
color the world.
Right.
You are absolutely correct about that, because as a child, for whatever reason, I always wanted to draw, like with a coloring book, a sketchbook, and I was told sometimes, put on the book, put it, you know what I mean? Like, knock it out of me. And as you said, if they're going to be knocking that out of you, then you're going to take you out of your natural gift and talent. Like, I was left-handed, and many times they knock out my hand. So I use both hands. I thank them for that. But it was uncomfortable for me at the time. And you realize everything I do, you see my left hand is coming up? Sorry, this is my strength. So I think that we are coming into a different era where persons are recognizing that creativity, technical, is a part of the curriculum, and it should be a part of the curriculum. It should not be a divide. Like back in the days, most of the time you'll hear people say that that person have to do that, pick up hairdressing or pick up whatever, needlework, because they're academically not inclined or something like that. But nowadays, even to do music, I heard you say that you're good in computers. So you see, by having both academics and theory, practical and theory, it's even better.
Well, studies have shown that kids that do music at early stages, they're able to learn faster.
And even people that do sports, as you said, that sometimes the brain can only handle so much. but it's good when you can do a little theory and practical. You know, so I would say that gone are the days when you have a certain talent, because even if you want a salon, you got to know to manage the salon, manage your money. You know, so you really need that backup, and I think that it's about time in these smaller islands to really start respecting people in the skilled division more.
Right.
Creative and skilled.
I mean, it's already happening.
Yes, and I know they have the creative economy. You know, and this is just the start, but I would like to see it really get out to every child, that when your child come home and say, I want to become a cosmetologist, you don't look down on your child, because that child could actually own that salon and don't even have to work. They could just own the salon and still doing something else. And there's so many fields in the beauty industry. It's a mega business. The same with entertainment. Because if you're having a function right now, everything, all the creativity comes in. You're having that function, you have the music, what else you're going to need? You need your clothing, you need your hair done, you need your makeup.
Everybody gonna get a part.
Then you need food, you need to eat, you need to drink, right?
You need the place clean up.
You need the place clean up after. And you need the place decorate. So there's a whole,
it's a pyramid.
Yes.
It's a construct.
Absolutely. Once again, you're listening to Real Talk. We have here Scratchy Bama and Dejour alongside Lavi Gumbs. And we are from the island of St. Kitts and Nevis. If you're just in tune, welcome. If you're online, welcome also. And share the page, you know, tag a friend, let them know that we're here in the studios at winnfm promoting our local people. DJ, Dejour. Let me see, hold on. Which one of your songs that you release you consider the best, and why?
My best song is usually my next song.
The next song?
Yeah, not anything released, yeah. after I release a song, that's it for me and that song, you know what I mean? Because it's already in the atmosphere, and I can't change anything about it. I can't do anything different to the song. So I just try to make you know what I mean? Just make peace with that song and move on to something else.
I like that.
I mean? So my best song is always my next song.
Right. But could you I wanted him to play one just in case anybody else out there that is listening. I know your best song is the next song, and I really like that. But I was playing a song, I forgot one. It was about, well, girls, of course.
Of course.
Can you give me one so he can put it on?
Give him one? You know them. You know the song.
Can you play a song first so we can put on a song so we let the people know what St. Kitts listen.
Stop playing.
The sounds of Dejour. Dejour, you have to use my voice. The beautiful sounds of none other than Dejour. Yeah.
No.
Wait, that's you?
Yeah.
Why do we fight like this? Why do we hug and kiss?
It's kind of like
Overseas
R&B
time I listen.
and still
Old school.
and still like kind of dancehall.
Yeah.
Man, I want a little bit more, please.
Off this cliff. Sometimes I just want to quit, but I love you, girl, and that's it. But you know, listen when me speak, cause I know you believe. I know, yes, I know. And if me try to leave, you put the business in the streets. I know, yes, I know. Reality is, love ain't what it seems no more. My penalty is time alone, broken love. Why do we fight like this? Why do we hug and kiss? Overseas time I miss, and I still come back and I say, self-photo, how you chip. Push me right off this cliff. Sometimes I just want to quit, but I love you, girl, and that's it. If we fight, let me make up before we go to bed.
Nice.
If we don't, then we wake up, problems will start again. And I look like you ready to give me a son and a daughter, no. Alright.
You know, when I heard you first, you had sounded like this guy, Lord, from Jamaica. I forgot his name, and I'm sure people tell you. I can't bring him. Yes, he's oh boy, I'm gonna remember his name, but he used to always remind me of him. He's an artist out there, kind of humble and mellow. Yeah.
Come on,
Dexter up.
There you are, press the top button.
Scratchy, that music that just played, you was behind it?
Yes, I composed the beat and recorded the song.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
How is it doing on YouTube?
Very, very good.
Very good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna
that's one of the biggest songs right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely gonna try and push you guys and see what I could do on YouTube. I've been on Colin Wyatt commenting and stuff like that. And as I said, this is what we need to do as citizens here. I see Mr. Glasgow, he'll be doing a lot.
Yeah,
But
for sure,
we
for sure.
as a people, we also have to come in and encourage the guys. So you're gonna be singing that song on the night? Are you on Music Festival?
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna be singing
On
that?
Friday night. That song?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. But still, I can't tell you too much. You just have to come and see.
Well, I must say, from listening, as an older person, I would like to encourage other persons out there that consider themselves as matured women, that you guys' songs are not just for kids. You know, it's for adults.
It's for the world.
It's for the world. Yeah.
Worldly music.
Yeah, I must say that after listening, it's definitely ready for the world. Okay, let me continue here. So how you guys feeling so far?
Everything good, man.
Y'all think of Julian,
Ivy.
y'all?
No, man.
You know what, this is good for y'all, you know, because you know, when y'all go on the internet, you know, people gonna be asking you questions and stuff like that. It's it's good to continue doing like this here, public speaking.
Yeah, man. We're accustomed, man. It's the lifestyle.
Yeah, because you know, sometimes when you're speaking on a local, it's fine, but when you have people out there listening, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? And whatever. No, I don't know what you mean. You need to express yourself. you know?
Exactly.
And sometimes we might think that it's nothing, but it really helps because persons out there really probably will not know what you mean. Even for me, sometimes I speak fast. It's just a natural thing. I have to kind of remind myself, like, to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to kind of give ourselves self-check, right?
Right.
Yeah, and different audience are listening so they can understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so, okay, we're soon finished here. What do you think about, I think I asked that already. Okay, if you didn't become a musician, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you be doing right now?
Okay, a pilot.
A pilot?
Yeah.
How about you?
That's tough for me. Maybe I would have been into sports, I guess.
In sports, right?
Maybe playing football or something.
Yeah.
I think you would be a plumber.
All right. Okay, if you can have your fans remember one thing about you, what would it be?
I'm a legend.
What would it be for you?
Me?
For you?
Remember me. Just for my contribution into music. I just want people to remember me like for helping with music. You know, my thing is the game is to be told, not sold, you know? So like my thing before I leave is to make sure I pass it on to somebody else, pass it on to the next generation, you know, like to keep this thing going and advancing. So I want them to remember me like, you know, music, definitely.
I like that too. 'Cause like for me, I would want to do that, pass it on before I leave, and I would like to know that I inspire somebody, even if it's just that one person. You know, I would feel good. It's not just about the whole world.
It's just one
But
person,
there's
you know.
one person that if I
Take it
impacted,
back, you know.
yeah.
Alright, so remember I said I'm a legend. So there's a song from Chronics
It's,
called Legend.
you know,
And if one person remembers my name, that means I've made a change.
you know,
Yeah,
listen, God is great.
for sure. Godspeed.
You remember I said that you remind me when I saw you. I couldn't remember the person's name, and it's Chronic segment.
Oh.
Yeah, I just couldn't bring it. He's saying Dexter Dobbs,
Yeah.
but I'd see a kind of, especially when you go in a kind of tone with your voice.
Yeah.
I see some of Chronic's are kind of humble and mellow, but still impactful.
Yeah.
Impactful, you know.
Right.
Yeah. We have Jizzle is saying, Jizzle Glassford. Good evening to you, Jizzle. Good to see you. He was also here already. I interviewed him. He said, keep pushing, guys. You know, he said, you're all going to reach places. Just stay humble. The growth.
Respect,
For sure. Big up.
Yeah.
Bless up.
And we have Hellfire Francis. Good night to you. So you have your musicians. He said, big up Dejo.
Big up.
Bama.
Big up.
Why?
Yes, I was here kind of seeing,
No why to me,
yeah.
dog.
Someone is saying Agaj Williams. He's saying bad right, you know, bad
Right.
yeah. That's how your young talks, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right slang, man.
Yeah, and then Pam Warner is saying young talent.
Love.
Love
Yeah.
alone.
Love, Miss Wano.
And Rudolph Gillard, he's a Rastafarian from College Street, got left St. Kitts decades ago. He's up in New York. Stay tuned in down here, want to know what's going on. And he said, some people have natural gifts. I think when we was talking about going into something that you're passionate about. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And you have quite a other few that was...
Yeah, man, we definitely
was-
gonna check
yeah.
them out afterwards too, man. Big up all the fans, everybody
for
who's
sure.
listening.
Yeah,
No,
I know you
local
all
and in the
start later. We're gonna
diaspora.
kind of wrap it up. It's 9:43. Any other thing that you probably want to say out there that you would want people to know about?
Let's see. Big shout outs to everybody that had a part to play with us going on tour. You know, it's a bunch of people, so that's why I just try to give it a simple overview. But just much love to those people that made it possible. Parents, the whole team, gangway.
Yeah, man, big up Byron himself too.
Big up Byron, big up God.
Pick up Byron Messiah.
Yeah. Much love to you and the folks at winnfm for even inviting us.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
so-
with Lavi.
Real talk
Real
with
talk
Lavi.
with Lavi.
Real talk
Real
with
talk,
Lavi.
Yeah. Oh, while we're here, I'm asking. I'm gonna need you guys to do something for me when I come in. Have you guys' voice? This is another farmer network, so Dejo, you gotta put in something
drop.
for a drop.
Yeah,
for,
that's easy.
yeah, for real talk with Lavi. You know. Hellfire said, "You thief a church keyboard." It's all love.
Maybe.
It's all love.
I never gonna catch though.
Hellfire. You hear his name, eh? Hellfire is something else, eh? I love the fun about it, you know.
Man.
I think we're having a call.
Probably.
A pleasant good evening to you. Caller, if you're there, you could always call back.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you. Hello?
Yeah, hello? Yeah, good evening. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on live, right? Okay, good evening to you and good evening to the gentleman in the studio. Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep it simple, and sometimes I don't really want to come in and participate. This show brings a different twist, to the regular shows, and sometimes it's like therapy for Iman, But to hear that we have two youngsters in the studio who's into the music industry, because that's one of my passions as well, And I just don't really play an instrument, but I got the ear for it,
I hang out in New Jersey and New York, and we go to a lot of the live shows there. So that's where I pick up this stuff from. You know what I mean? And me personally, I would have definitely like to be an A&R or have some type of participation in a label with a label. I wanted to create a label for my at one point. But anyway, seeing that this show brings so much positivity and love to the stage, I just want to ask the two youngsters there. We see that love is sometimes the theme of the day or the night, and I know these youngsters are singing a lot of love songs. So to both of them, because Lavi just mentioned something about your public speaking. It's good to have you in this setting to help you guys express yourself with that public speech.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you both, what kind of advice you can give to a gentleman who wants to approach a young lady for the first time? How would you come at a lady like that? Would you give them a compliment first to initiate the conversation? You know, that comes with your self confidence. What kind of advice you can give to a young man sees a young lady in the village and is interested in that lady, but he just has a hard time approaching her? That's one question. The second question is, I know you guys been on the recent tour. Is there any one city that you can point to and say, well, that city was the best stop for you, whether it be in your performance or something that you might have taken in other separate from the show, the night of the show? Which city that you can put forward and say, well, you know, I had fun here in London or Paris. And different than that, I just want to encourage the item, and I just want to give you all a piece of advice to be safe and be careful in your travels.
Right.
All right? Because trouble comes easily, and I want you guys to really keep that in mind at all times.
Right.
Not to get into any trouble in your travels, and be safe out there.
Yeah, man.
And good luck to you guys going forward, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. So
Thank you so much.
Let me get to your questions real quick. I answer the last one first because I think the first question might be a little in depth. So the last question, which was my favorite place, I would say based off of the crowd reaction and what's not, I would say Birmingham. Birmingham was really, really lit for me. And let's see, the first question now. I never had to give anybody advice about females and stuff because I myself need advice, you know what I mean? But a woman likes to be studied, you know what I mean? Study her a little bit, figure out what she into, what she like, you know what I mean? And try to relate. You understand? By the time you study that woman good enough, you should know how to approach her, how she doesn't like to be approached, how to speak to her and how not to speak to her. If she likes aggressiveness, if she likes, you know what I mean, just study that female.
Yeah, she like it hard.
Just to
like
counter off what he was saying, females just love a man, you know, they love safety, you know. So once you could reciprocate the energy, what you pour into a woman is what you're going to get out. You feel me? Like, that's why I feel like, you know, if you pour, like, bad energy and all kind of weird, you know, you're going to get back that. If you pour love into her, you're going to get back love as well. You know what I mean? So, just to go after that. My favorite city from the tour, I would say, I think was Sweden. Yeah, I like Sweden. Yeah, Sweden was very good. Everything was beautiful in Sweden. Yeah.
I heard you mention Birmingham.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kitchens over there too.
Yeah. That's why I said the performance
so I think
was
that
lit.
The performance was like back
they
home.
came out a lot, eh?
Yeah.
It was packed.
Even had this little
Jam
midget on
packed.
stage. Little midget woman.
A midget woman.
Yeah, little lady.
Everywhere we go, you had
Yeah, but you had fun, eh?
I mean, load of fun, man.
How was
Never
it?
a dull moment.
How is it for both of you? And I know Scratchy as a producer, you probably will understand where I'm coming from with this question. You know, even though you might be performing, right? But the crowd sometimes they have some character going on. How do you incorporate that sometimes with your show? Do you leave it alone or maybe time in? Because sometimes I see where things just happen and you could just incorporate it, meaning like you might be singing, and then, you know, the crowd vibes in, but it's one person come up there just doing and you know, just end up on the stage
Or usually, my thing is, if you want the spotlight, I don't mind giving it to you. You know, so it's it make my work way easier. Yeah. So if you want to be seen, come.
Yeah, because I was looking, like, for instance, in St. Thomas, they just had the carnival. And, you know, every carnival now they're bringing in artists, right? And it has, what's the guy from? Is Dominica he from? What do you call that sound?
Boyan.
He was there, and then he had a girl. She can swing that body. And she just come up in the crowd and just sing, and he had his show. And then, as I said, go with the flow, right?
Right. Improvise.
Yeah, especially if it's clean and you
Improv.
Yeah. Glenbo, maybe you have not met him. Have you ever been to Fancy Loaf? Oh, that's why you haven't met.
Yeah, that's my spot.
Yeah.
My spot.
Well, he's going to be there soon. So Glenbo is saying, he said, Dejo is one of the artists who is the future of St. Kitts music, and it's great to see he is getting the recognition.
Much love, Glenbo. Much love.
And someone else is saying, we tune in all about fish.
Yeah, man.
Oh, big up Roger,
man. Yeah, man. Big up.
Don't
big
smile.
up.
Roger Otley.
Yeah. Big up my boy.
I see some of the comment. I mean, I have to look at it, and I would figure that if you're gonna say all about the fish, gotta keep on fishing.
That's all about fish right there. Next to the movies.
Is that spot?
Yeah, all about fish next to the movies.
Oh, my friend, all about fish.
Yes.
I thought, you know, some people say fishing, like continue fishing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I got to take the time out, up there at the movies.
Yeah, Roger.
Mr. Roger, he have the bus.
Yeah.
I go there at any time. That guy's a hard-working guy.
Best fish, man.
Yeah, man.
All about fish.
Long time.
Good
That's
night
one of my
to you.
classmates,
Bad
actually.
fish burger and some fries.
And I must say this too, he listened, because when I go there, he tell me about this. Like, so he do listen.
And he's like a youngster, like me, like he know what he want to do long time. Like when we was in second farm, this man came down there to build boat and them thing there. So like when I see the man, I see him doing his thing now, I like, yo, like this man born for that.
So
boat.
where Roger is where he's from?
He's from Allwood.
Allwood.
Yeah.
Roger Otley, big up yourself.
Yeah, man, big up.
Yeah, and he's passionate. I mean, I went there, I think it's either last night or night before, to have a fish burger. And he told me, I asked him how long, he said about 10 minutes, he was busy. And when I come back, I just like to go by his place. His customer service is so friendly.
It's a cool little chill spot too.
Yeah, it's a cool, nice little chill spot. And I must say, when I go there, he's not too busy or intimidated with the crowd. He recognizes everybody, and sometimes we have to be very careful when you're having business, you have a crowd. Just turn around and say, hey, let me know, I acknowledge you. People like that. You know, because many people come and turn off. So big up yourself. If anybody want any fish right now in St. Kitts and Nevis, it's all about fish.
Wicked fish.
Wicked, man, but
C.G. Walwyn, anybody know C.G. Walwyn?
Yeah.
So that was the former commissioner of police.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back in up until 2015, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was back then between 2000, maybe 10, 12, 15, somewhere around there. I know. So he's saying this show is introducing these SKN talent to those of us in the diaspora. He lived in Texas.
Oh, so he's watching right now?
Yeah.
All right. Much
Yeah.
love.
Man, big up
Yeah.
the big up the
Yeah,
diaspora.
he's a great follower. As I said, there's a lot of diaspora all over that is listening, and the word is getting out there slowly. And let me don't even say slowly, faster than maybe that I know when it comes to Real Talk, and of course other stations here in St. Kitts. But Real Talk really has the platform is growing. I see Craig, Emperor Craig Charles, I think is Axel.
Bless up Axel.
Down there on the point, so when you want your wheels fixed
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Right? So and these people, I always see them come online. Sometimes we just take time and go. You can sometimes a lot of them that come in, but it's good to just
Yeah, man,
acknowledge.
just bless them up still.
Yeah. So once again, Dijon, I guess, Mr. Burl, if you're listening, I think that these guys answer your question. But before you all leave from here, I want to ask you guys, this question is very important for me, and it's something that I want to put out for women out there that is listening. From a man perspective, as a young man, we have seen more and more and over where we have domestic abuse. And some of the situation comes in where women and men in a relationship, sometimes they're even out of a relationship, and the man, most of the time, emotion get high or whatever and murder the woman. Right now in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, recently, there's a guy, and they're young people, you know, girl 33 years, I think she's 33. He's probably, yeah, and he shoot her in the back of her head and drop her to the hospital and leave her, because evidently he know. But they found him. He's in jail now, and from what I read, it's an ex-boyfriend. So I'm just asking what advice, because, you know, we all are human regardless, because there's no win here. Their family is going to, whoever family is involved. As a man, and you know, you guys will see these things, hear about these things. What advice would you give, and even for yourself, not to get in a situation like that, where, if as DJ say, he's a produced lover, love for the people, love to the music. When you end up in a situation, what advice or how can you see maybe that you can detour from being in an altercation like that can ruin your life and someone else's life?
Well, for me, it's all about choices. You know what I mean? Every action has a reaction. So, and it all comes down to emotions as well, being able to be in control of emotions. 'Cause we, as you say, we are humans, we all have emotions, you know what I mean? But we can't let our emotions control our choices.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Control the choices to make certain actions, because then certain reactions, you know, you can't take back. So my thing is about just, some people don't think, I mean, they just react. So sometimes you have to just take the time to just think, relax. You know what I mean? Everything ain't just about a quick reaction or quick to get anger, you know. Some situations are different. Every situation might be different, but, you know, that's just my take on that.
Right.
Yeah.
I like your answer. You said every action is a reaction. And when the action and the reaction now is like the aftermaths, when you do these things and you get caught, you know. How about you, Deja?
No man is supposed to abuse a woman, hit her in no kind of you know what I mean? It's pretty plain and simple, you know. Women are the backbone, the mothers of the community. Without women, we wouldn't be here today. And every man needs a woman, a strong, firm woman in his life, you know, in order to navigate this world. So, love and cherish the women. I mean, don't beat them.
All right. Last and final question. I think I want to wrap up the show this way. If you have done already, or do you see yourself maybe will be getting any content like that in your music to put out there?
Content
In
touching
terms-
on domestic violence.
Yeah. Well, not
Yeah,
just
of course.
domestic, but life on a whole. Like, because if we're
That's
singing
some
about
type of-
love, but there's also we'll have an altercation and stuff like
The
that. So.
album we're working on right now.
God, EP, pretty much Godspeed.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, majority of my songs are about love. But then
Yes.
there's the one too where it's pretty much social commentary, and if it's a topic I feel that needs to be discussed, then we do that. You know?
Well, I must say that I wish you guys all the best. I know you guys going to do well. It's a pleasure even just here listening to you all to see the level of maturity and the love that you guys are putting out, because the way how music have been going now, you know, out there in the club is one way, but just listening to see that you guys know you have a heart, you know, and I think that the world has become so cruel that it put men to be in a position that they have to be tough. You know, so just listening to you and hearing you all and whatever, I feel very well, and it says a lot, not just about you all, but it says a lot about your upbringing, your parents, your environment, your schools, you know, and that helps a lot for me, for any artist to go forward and not just to make it at that moment, but to have a lifetime of music that you can always go back and have those music there for the rest of your life, and to not just to give to the fans, but even for your children that can go back and look at it and create that legacy, right? Any final words of wrapping up as you we wind down our show?
Big up God. Thanks for having us. You know, look out for us, music festival Friday night. Tropics Barbados, Stay Show this weekend. You know, we'll continue working, and we just want the people to continue supporting. We appreciate those who've been with us a while now, and we appreciate those who just came along. You know, we have a long way to go, and just stick and stay. Right? Godspeed.
Nice. And how was it being here and with the Real Talk with Lavi? You want to share something to the fans?
It was a vibe. It was a vibe. A little chill conversation. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
didn't even feel
effective.
like an interview.
And effective. It's a
just a
conversation.
conversation.
Very effective.
Absolutely.
It was just a conversation.
Real talk with Lavi, man.
Real talk.
Yeah, and I always try to not. This show is not a controversial show, and I feel that if I bring people here, we're supposed to be sharing the knowledge, and we should not be having to be debating to see well who is right from who is wrong, and that's why I'm actually learning to listen more to, and bring the guests so they can just
Do them.
yeah, do them.
That's cool, because I'm actually learning to talk more too. So
Yeah, and this is how we come in, because when we have something like this here, this is where you come in. You need to talk more because I'm going to be talking less. You know? So, Scratchy, what about you?
What any closing words?
Yes.
Pretty much I just want to tell the youths them, like, don't stop, keep doing what you're doing. If you love what you're doing, just keep doing it. You know what I mean? Every road ain't gonna be smooth, you know, and sometimes your parents and all might not believe in you, but you have to still, if you believe in it and you believe in yourself, then just keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah, stick to it. Trust me, and get through.
Wow, yeah, that's so touching. I feel like I want to be a parent now.
I feel like you want to be a parent?
Well, when I mean I want to be a parent, like, I mean parenting mode now. Yeah, because I'm saying this just listening to y'all, that the way how our small island going, right? I don't feel like we are really not just promoting our young men, but giving a chance to really hear them express themselves and the intelligence that come out and the maturity.
True.
So this is why I just feel like I'm in a parenting mode.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just give me like a great feeling to know that we can have this level of conversation from our upcoming stars, and not just because you guys are young, but as mature young men. Because people but some people think because people are young, being young don't mean that you're not a kid, but just to know that you're young and you're grounded. That says a lot.
That is it. Grounded is the right word.
Yeah. So thanks once again for coming in. And we'll talk. And remember, you have to give me that job.
Yeah.
Both of you. Yeah.
That is it.
Much love.
Real talk with Lavi.
Yeah.
Real talk.
All right. We'll talk with Lavi. We have come to our final ending. And I think this is what? Our 54th or 55th edition of Real Talk. So this is how long we have been doing it. It's going on 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
Keep
far,
going.
yes, and
Keep
next
going
week,
and going.
yeah, next week coming up. So stick and stay with Real Talk with Lavi, same place, same time. That is 8 o'clock to 9 p.m. And next week we are going to be having a guest that is going to be representing the Ministry of Health. And we are basically going to be talking about customer service and some of the things that they're doing up there in the hospital and in the health to improve and to basically take St. Kitts and Nevis and the healthcare to another level. So next week we're going to have that conversation. Last week we had we was talking about perversion of justice, and we had guests from Gender Affairs. We also had our guest, the former Commissioner of Police, which is C.G. Walwyn. We had Shelley Gumbs down there in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. She came from the Crisis Council Department. We was basically talking about, the welfare of children and the protection, and especially summer coming up, it's a great time to teach your children because they're going to be home. Some of them are going to probably be home by themselves. And of course, there's still a high rate, believe it or not, of incest and family involvement with children. So we got to be able to protect our children. So Real Talk with Lavi is very wide. We cover family, we cover social affairs, we cover politics, music, entertainment, entrepreneurship, anything that basically can help build and grow our people. I am Lavi Gumbs, and this is how we're going to say good night.
Wake up, teeth brush, kiss my dad up on her cheeks so before the road crush, me say I pray first. Yeah, call my son, make sure him gone school early. Call me mama, tell her, send me a touch you road, cause she trustworthy. You know, we outside like every day. When I think she would come, when if you make some, when you see me thirsty, girl, food I feed. Let me tell you, pump up for me that and I cheap you see me outside like every night. We still a whole town, we are go to the fight, so when you see we don't like the reality of life. If you go through it, you must get the prize. The road of it take on, the money chain a pass, yeah, we must get on. It's a money makes everybody the pan. Outside man clean, them things them man dream of. Puff me split for me dream house. Hey, number one on the billboard. Just run it quick before I forget. Oh, yo GT beats, yo stainless, don't delete it. Wake up, teeth brush, kiss my dad up on her cheeks so before the road crush, me say I pray first. Yeah, call me son, make sure him gone school early. Call me mama, tell her, send me a touch you road, cause she trustworthy. You know she we outside like every day. When I think she would come, when if you make some, when you see me thirsty, girl, food I feed. Let me tell you, pump up for me that and I cheap you see me.
Yeah, not gonna waste time. I'm gonna take what's mine, yeah. I've been counting blessings, and really you've been looking like the best one. You got me crazy, ain't started spending on the daily. Never felt like this, so just maybe. I hate the lies since I set my eyes on you. I don't care what they say, nah, we would never break away. Hard on the OD, hold it down for when you see me. I cannot believe how much you love me like that. I had all these feelings all the way, you brought them right back. So we can do it like this. Start with the red wine, finish at the waistline, yeah. Let's dance all day, you know you was on my mind.
And I get shy, and I know two things supposed to cry, but you make me feel it's kinda high, like this herb will burn my eyes. So just pull over, right now me and cruise over. Me lover, shelter from the rain, you cover. That if it's strong, you move in the bowl, yeah. When I'm stressed out, you know my meds light up my sense. You are the best, yeah. And if you left, you find your way back home.
Let's get real on WinFM. Hi, this is Lavern